We all know how King Henry VIII treated his wives. His ancestor, King Henry II, however, had a different take on love. Chateau d'Annette was constructed in the 16th century for Diane de Poitiers, lover and mistress of Henry II. Now already widowed and in her 50s, Diane was Henry's senior by 20 years. But she was the person that he loved the most. So to honor her, he gave her the land at Annette, and construction of the chateau started in 1547. Located in the Eure de Loire region, the chateau was not only a French Renaissance masterpiece, but it was also a story of love and power. Renaissance architect Philibert Lorme designed Annette not as a fortress like all other medieval castles, but rather a refined and elegant residence. The chateau was revolutionary for its time. The layout was perfectly symmetrical and it was filled with Renaissance elements. A hunting dog adorned the entrance, which became its most iconic feature. Diane herself was an extraordinary woman. Widowed at a very young age, she became a central figure in the court. With her intelligence and her beauty that she meticulously maintained every day by taking swims in cold water, she captivated Henry. But her influences went beyond romance. She also influenced politics and patronized the arts and lived a lavish life here at Annette. By the time Henry became king in 1547, Diane was the most powerful woman in France, often overshadowing the Queen, Catherine de Medici. After Henry's death in 1566, his widow, Catherine de Medici, forced Diane to surrender the chateau. However, she remained associated with Annette, where she stayed until her death in 1566. She was buried here in the chapel of the chateau. During the French Revolution, much of the chateau was looted and sold off as building materials. Diane's tomb was desecrated and her body thrown into a common grave outside the chapel. In 2009, French forensic scientists identified her remains and she was returned to the chapel. Remarkably, some parts of Annette survived. The chapel portal was reinstalled at the École des Beaux-Arts in Paris, where it can still be seen today. The famous dog statue made its way to the Louvre Museum. Despite these losses, parts of the chateau endured, and restoration processes in the 19th and 20th century helped to preserve its legacy. Now, as I leave, one last interesting fact. The chateau was used in the opening sequence of the 1965 James Bond film Thunderball. Now, if you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe. It might be revolutionary.